Yeah, what up, yo? This is Branch, Dean of Avenue Cool Music. Thank you so much for being here. Now, in this upcoming week, we're going to conclude the 2025 Sade Summer Series Tribute. And I want to thank you for the encouragement that you gave me during this tribute because that's what made it successful. So thank you so much for being here and for your encouragement. Now, I'm going to conclude the tribute this week with two songs which are ranked as the number one and number two songs in the 20 in my top 10 list of Sade Paul Denman bass lines. Now, I won't be playing these two songs in their entirety because these bass lines are just too complex for me to learn within a reasonable amount of time in order to play them efficiently. So I won't be playing them in their entirety. I may play 1.5 to 2 minutes of these two songs. Now, it was also mentioned during the series, about halfway through the series, there were some questions that came about who is the face of R&B 80s queens or 80s R&B queens, And at that time, names were tossed about. Sade's name was mentioned, Whitney Houston, Tina Marie, Shaka Khan, Anita Baker, and others. And I said, okay, well, look, after I conclude the Sade Summer Series tribute, we'll go straight into the 80s R&B queen. Well, I can't do that because I need to get back to my personal studies on bass guitar, saxophone, piano, and drums. And I'm also working on a new CD, which I want to have released next year. And I also want you to check out my original music, which is currently streaming on Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify Music, on all of your favorite music streaming service. You'll find Avenue Cool Music, original music streaming there. So check me out there and also visit me at www.avenuecoolmusic.com. Now, getting back to the 80s R&B queens, what I plan to do is I want to do an 80s R&B queens tribute over this upcoming holiday season, beginning maybe a week or so before Thanksgiving and going through Christmas into the new year. I think that would be the perfect time for us to do an 80s R&B queens tribute. And maybe at that point we can possibly maybe determine who's the face of the 80s R&B queens. I doubt it though, but we'll see what happens with that tribute series this upcoming holiday season. Now, right now, what I want to do is I want to present to you the top 10 Sade bass lines, Sade Paul Denman bass lines, as determined by Branch here in the Cool Zone at Avenue Cool Music. Now, I must say that Sweetest Taboo and I Couldn't Love You More, two beautiful love songs, they did not make the top 10 Sade bass lines, because they're primarily love songs. A lot of her songs are love songs, but the bass lines in these two songs, they didn't make the top 10. And there's a Cool Zone subscriber by the name of Alvin whom suggested a very beautiful love song that I wasn't familiar with. It didn't make it either, but it's a very beautiful love song. Love song. Somebody Already Broke My Heart. Thank you so much, Alvin, for requesting that song. Now, as we get into the top 10, there's a song that was requested by a Cool Zone subscriber that I wasn't familiar with that made the top 10 bass lines here in the Cool Zone at Avenue Cool Music. Nevertheless, coming in at number 10, Hang On to Your Love. Coming in at number 9, Paradise. Coming in at number 8, a song that was requested by a Cool Zone subscriber who goes by the name or at NT7409. Coming in at number 8, this song was requested by a Cool Zone subscriber who goes by at NT7409. Turn Your Back on Me. I wasn't familiar with this song. This song has a jamming bass line. So thank you so much at NT7409 for requesting that song. Coming in at number 7, Never As Good as the First Time. Coming in at number 8, Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing can come between us. Okay. Now we're getting to the real at number 5, a song that I had previously classified as the number 1 Sade bass line. It's coming in at number 5, and I classify it as the hardest grooving Sade Paul Denman bass line. Keep Looking. Coming in at number 4, a Sade Paul Denman bass line, which I classify as the most spellbinding Sade Paul Denman bass line. Your Love is King. Coming in at number 3, the coolest, and I mean the coolest, Sade Paul Denman bass line. Kiss of Life. Kiss of Life. The coolest Sade Paul Denman bass line coming in at that's number 3. Coming in at number 2, the coldest, and I mean coldest, Sade Paul Denman bass line. Smooth Operator. That's right, Smooth Operator. The coldest Sade bass line coming in at number 2. Coming in at number 1, a bass line which I previously described in a previous video as the most dynamic Sade Paul Denman bass line, which contains various elements of jazz. I've also determined that this bass line has elements of suspense, which suspense and maybe drama. It takes you on a roller coaster ride if you listen to the bass line along with the lyrics. I classify it as a movie soundtrack bass line. Is it a crime? Is it a crime? The number 1 Sade Paul Denman bass line, as determined by Branch Dean here in the Cool Zone at Avenue Cool Music. Let me know how you feel about it. Add some comments and let me know how you feel about my top 10 Sade Paul Denman bass lines. Until next time in this upcoming week, as we conclude the 2025 Sade Summer Series Tribute. Until then, peace to you and yours.